The Indiana Fever are planning to ship Caitlin Clark to the Los Angeles Sparks. I expect UCLA coach Corey Close to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Sparks. Corey Close, after that championship game that she won with the UCLA Bruins, she's been very adamant. She's been very upfront. Yeah, all this transfer portal stuff, I'm not really sure.
What if the biggest star in women's basketball was suddenly at the center of a trade rumor nobody expected? Over the past few days, social media has exploded with speculation surrounding Caitlin Clark and her future with the Indiana Fever. What started as a simple viral moment quickly transformed into one of the most talked about stories in basketball. Fans began questioning whether there was more happening behind the scenes than anyone was willing to admit publicly. No credible reports have confirmed any trade discussions, but that hasn't stopped millions of people from debating the possibility. In today's sports world, rumors can spread faster than facts, and when the player involved is Caitlin Clark, every small detail becomes headline news. Suddenly, a routine interaction became the foundation for theories about locker room tension, coaching disagreements, and even a possible move to Los Angeles. The entire conversation can be traced back to a viral clip that quickly spread across social media. During a game, cameras captured Caitlin Clark sitting on the bench with a frustrated expression. Head coach Stephanie White approached her, and the two appeared to exchange a few words. Another player was then directed toward Clark's seat, creating a sequence that lasted only seconds, but generated days of discussion. Normally, moments like these happen dozens of times during a basketball season without attracting attention. Coaches and players communicate constantly. Emotions run high. Competitive athletes often react passionately during games. But because Caitlin Clark is one of the most recognizable athletes in the world, every movement was examined frame by frame. Fans slowed down the footage, analyzed body language, and attempted to uncover hidden meanings. Before long, people were discussing possible tension between Clark and the coaching staff, despite having no concrete evidence that anything unusual had occurred.
This might be the craziest Caitlin Clark rumor yet. A growing rumor says the Indiana Fever could trade Caitlin Clark to the Los Angeles Sparks. No credible reports have confirmed it, but the fact that people are even discussing it shows how frustrated some fans are with the Fever.
As the season continued, attention shifted from the viral clip to the team's overall performance. The Indiana Fever entered the season carrying enormous expectations. With Caitlin Clark leading the way, many fans expected immediate success. Instead, the team experienced ups and downs, creating frustration among players, coaches, and supporters alike. Interviews from team members revealed discussions about chemistry, communication, and the challenges of integrating new players into the system. Sophie Cunningham later mentioned lengthy team meetings following difficult losses. While her comments were intended to highlight accountability and improvement, social media interpreted them differently. Suddenly, ordinary team meetings became evidence of alleged internal problems. Every missed shot, every turnover, and every sideline reaction was added to a growing narrative that something bigger might be happening behind closed doors. Whether true or not, the perception of tension was beginning to take shape.
That's nothing new, but I just think everyone expects us to leave off of where we were last year. And yes, we have some of the same players as last year, but we also have so many new players that are playing huge minutes for us. And I think it just takes a second to get rhythm and chemistry and trust each other. I think this is very normal team things, but we have to do it sooner than later. It's everyone's a little frustrated with how we're playing because we all know we're better than it. But I think sometimes you need this type of stuff in order to get to the root of the problem of whatnot.
Once speculation started, fans immediately began discussing possible destinations if Caitlin Clark were ever to leave Indiana. One team appeared more frequently than any other: the Los Angeles Sparks. The reasoning was simple. Los Angeles represents one of the largest sports markets in the world. The city offers massive media exposure, global branding opportunities, celebrity connections, and a platform capable of turning athletes into international superstars. Fans began imagining Clark playing under the bright lights of Los Angeles and instantly recognized the marketing potential. Some pointed to existing basketball relationships and roster connections as reasons the fit might make sense. Others focused on business opportunities and the possibility of expanding the league's popularity even further. While none of these discussions were based on actual trade negotiations, they helped transform a simple rumor into a compelling storyline that continued attracting attention.
Steph and Cece are two very competitive people who just want to win, and sometimes you bump heads, but it was all out of like good intent of wanting the same thing. And like at the end of the day, like we were not playing good. I'm not condoning her actions. Like I think there's room to grow in how you respond to things, but she would say the same thing, and her and Steph are fine. And that's like their relationship. And later that night or the next morning, they hugged it out and they talked about it. Like when you are in high competitive situations, pretty much 4 days out of the week, like stuff is going to happen. But like I said, our stuff is just under a microscope, and everything you do, everything you say is going to be a highlight reel for somebody. And I think media loves to create division where there's not all.
The rumor reached another level when Michael Thompson made comments on social media suggesting that he had heard things regarding Caitlin Clark's situation with the Fever. He specifically mentioned the Los Angeles Sparks as a team that should pursue her. The statement immediately generated headlines across basketball media. Unlike random online speculation, Thompson's comments carried additional weight because of his long history in professional basketball and his connections throughout the sports world. Some fans viewed his remarks as evidence that conversations might be happening behind the scenes. Others argued that he was simply sharing rumors he had heard. Regardless of interpretation, the impact was enormous. Sports talk shows, YouTube channels, podcasts, and social media accounts began discussing the possibility nonstop. Within hours, what had started as internet speculation became one of the hottest topics in basketball.
So much to me, Michael Thompson comes out and says, I'm hearing from a reliable source, the Fever don't want Caitlin no more. Sparks, go get her now. And unless he comes out and says he's trolling, I'm taking this as face value. I'm taking this as serious. I'm not taking this as clickbait at all. I do believe he has reliable sources. I do believe he has sources within the WNBA. I do believe he has sources within the Los Angeles Sparks. And I do believe it's been floated by him the same way that things have been floated by Dan Dockage. I believe it's been floated by Michael Thompson. They're not too...
Despite all the discussion, one important fact remains unchanged. There has been no credible confirmation that the Indiana Fever are attempting to trade Caitlin Clark. No official report has suggested active negotiations with the Los Angeles Sparks. No verified source has indicated that Clark is available. Publicly, the Fever organization continues to support its franchise player, while Clark remains focused on basketball.
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier today, and I think that was like one of my first really good memories in this league, honestly, was that game.
First win.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, first win. One of my first road trips, too. So I didn't play very well in that game, but I made some big shots late in the game, and I just remember the environment being incredible. I remember like Klay Thompson was courtside, and there was quite a few big stars in the building for that game. So really fun. Like this is like whenever I get asked in like interviews and things, like what are some of my favorite places to play? Like this is always one that comes to mind. So just super excited. It was obviously certainly hard to sit on the bench and have to watch last year, but my team played some good games here. So excited to be.
Yet the story continues because uncertainty creates curiosity. Fans want answers. Media outlets want engagement. Social media thrives on possibilities. That combination has turned an ordinary sports rumor into a major national conversation. Whether the speculation eventually disappears or evolves into something bigger, one thing is certain.
I think there's some smoke over here. Now, I'm not necessarily saying a trade is going to get done, but I don't think the Indiana Fever are as fond of Caitlin Clark as that front office would like us to believe. You have Lynn Dunn also going out of her way, reposting things that Carolyn Peck has said before. And Carolyn Peck, we know how Carolyn Peck feels about Caitlin Clark. We know exactly how Carolyn Peck feels about Caitlin Clark. Carolyn Peck talking about the standard. Stephanie White yesterday talking about the standard. Lynn Dunn comes back today. The standard. It's going to be a very, very interesting situation to monitor. And will Adam Silver and Kathy Engelbert behind the scenes say, we got to get her to Los Angeles? Same way we had to get Luka to LA, we got to get Cece to LA and bring back, and start up.
Caitlin Clark's influence on the game has reached a level where even the smallest moments can dominate headlines. For now, she remains the face of the Indiana Fever, but as long as the rumor mill keeps spinning, the basketball world will continue watching every move she makes.